It's not often that I run into a product with so many first-in features as the Stanley Guard truck box. Stanley has designed and built this for the job site. It's rugged, it's super tough, super well designed, can even live outside in your pickup truck. But it bridges into all kinds of recreational stuff like really no other tool I've ever seen. Now, I'm gonna have to let your imagination do the walking on that one, because I gotta get right into these features. And the first one is the Stanley Guard security system. It locks and alarms both the box and what's inside it. Let me show you how this works. First, if you're a lock and key person, it works just like any old lock. Simple, simple, simple. However, take another turn. Now you've armed the keypad and you have a customizable combination lock that no longer requires keys. You hear that? That means I just unlock the box. Keys are in my hands. This is almost a magic trick. And I can get inside. This keypad is customizable to your own combination, so you know it. You can give it to your guys, you can give it to your family, you can keep it to yourself. And if you let it open too long, it locks by itself. If someone tampers with the Stanley Guard truck box, you are gonna know about it. Let me demonstrate what it sounds like. Let me reopen it. Let me take you inside. First, we've got a powerful piston that's gonna raise this lid and keep it up. So even a gust of wind, that kind of thing, isn't gonna close it on your fingers. On the other hand, it's not so rigid you can't close this easily. Nice balance between ruggedness and performance. Here's something I really like. Check out that strip inside. That is gonna keep the elements at bay, whether it's dust, water, snow. Water stays out, junk stays out. Tools not only stay safe, they stay clean and they stay secure. That's important to durability. We've got a reinforced lid inside, 42-gallon capacity for tools, for fasteners, for anything you need to bring with you, it's there. Now here's something I really like, vertical storage. It's a tray, it's removable if you don't want it, but I like it because I can put in some of these vertically stored items that I might not necessarily use every day. Screwdrivers, chisels, a finish hammer, and I can keep them in there. I've got rock solid steel latches. Again, if somebody's trying to fidget with this thing, they're gonna have one heck of a tough time getting through it. Now let me show you the second layer of security in the Stanley Guard system. The docking station. The docking station bolts securely to the bed of your pickup truck and you dock the Stanley Guard box on it. Now that means three things to me. It means stability, it means security, and it means freedom. Let me explain those things. First, stability. I've got it locked in, okay? So when I'm driving around, my box and the stuff that's in it doesn't roll around in the back of my truck and certainly doesn't move anywhere. That's important to me. Secondly, it means security because the docking station has a keyed lock. Now I can run in for a cup of coffee and I know my stuff is locked both to the bed of my truck and securely under the lid of the Stanley Guard alarm keypad. But let me get to freedom. This is where this system that's already separated itself from anything I've ever owned completely jumps every bound I could think of. I'll unlock this, push button release, freeze up the box. And what does that mean? I can take this box with me, whether it's to the job site or whether it's to the boat or whether I load it with soccer balls and take it to my daughter's soccer game. Let me take you through a couple of more really intriguing details that give this the pro grade level, and it's mobility, okay? Let me start with the handle. This works two ways. It telescopes this way so I can tow the box. 2 pins in here allow me to fully extend it and push just like a wheelbarrow. So that way I can do anything I want with this, dragging it around the site. And replace that. Let me go underneath. See this cavity here? That's sort of like my 4-wheel drive truck suspension. This clearance gives me the ability to move this around on a gnarly job site, and it enables me to actually tow this up or push it down stairs. When I'm loaded with tools, that means I've got some weight in here, so I need to have that kind of mobility. Clearance is one layer of that. The second layer, 8.5-inch rubber tires. They're never gonna go flat, they're gonna roll over everything, and they're supported by a stainless steel axle. This stainless steel axle, obviously not gonna rust. Also, the locking mechanism for the docking station. Mobility is absolutely key. On the back end, I have an integrated handle. It is built right into the box, which is made out of a super rugged resin. Stanley has tried to break this and they can't. Not only does the Stanley Guard truck box enable me to take my tools with me, it doesn't take any space out of my truck bed. It's unlike any truck box I've ever owned, and let me explain why. First of all, if I want to just put 2x4s, a ladder, copper pipe, whatever, next to it, totally fine. I can transport my tools, I can transport my stuff. But if I'm loading the bed with bark mulch or rocks, or I've got sheet goods and any other stuff that takes up the entire bed, unlike any other truck box I've ever owned, I can take this out and get full capacity of the truck bed. That's the Stanley advantage, and that is a game changer. The Stanley Guard system gives me 3 things I no longer have to live without. I get stability. I can drive this around in my truck and not have it roll over. I get freedom. I can use my truck bed however I want, or I can bring my tools with me. And I get security. And those are features I can use.